Hey folks, welcome. This is game 10 of 10 of our 79 Munson last 10 game replay before his tragic accident on that Cessna Citation on August 2nd, 1979. Now, we had some technical difficulties in our earlier game, and our battery went out, and a glitch with YouTube won't let you kind of resume the game, so that's kind of disappointing. So I'm not sure where that game stands. It was a pretty decent game. Yankees won it by a score of 6-1, and in this game it's going to be Ken Kravik, a lefty, going versus Don Hood, a lefty. We are in Chicago at Comiskey Park, and we're right about to get started with the Yanks versus the White Sox. It's going to be Randolph, Mercer, and Munson. We're going to skip doing the lineups. We'll do them as we go. Batting fourth is Jackson. So here is Willie Randolph against Ken Kravik, the left-hander. It's a 7, and it's a 53. Now we're using payoff pitch. A 7 is going to be tough against a lefty's 53. That's out of range. That's going to be a pop-up to the first baseman, infield, Mike Squires. And Mike is there for out number 1. Now we're using a modifier picked up at Sideline Strategies at Delphi. Ken Kravik, 5, and that's patient, a patient 94, and that's going to be a fly ball to right. Claudell Washington playing right field. Ken Kravik, that's a 4. That's patient 10. Munson, that's base on ball. So the captain, the Walrus, manages a walk with a 2-out walk. And that's a 3. Wheelhouse for Reggie Jackson versus lefty, 1-43. That ball is a deep drive. And nope, it's going to be a ball blooped into right field. Runner on first advances one base, but with 2 out, if you're a 6, at least a 6, and Munson is a 7, so he has good speed. I don't know how Munson got a 7. I think Ricky Henderson has a 7. Anyway, Munson's going to hustle over to third base. And it's Lupinella now. So Reggie, line drive single, and Munson hustles over to third. Ken Kravik, lefty, a 9, patient against Lupinella, the righty. It's a 35. There's no WP there. Any in that early 30 range is many times can be a wild pitch. So that's a patient 35, and that's going to be a hit range, and that's going to be a sharp liner, drops in front of the left fielder, and runner on second advances to runner on first advances one base, again, unless he's a 6, and Reggie should be, Reggie is, wow, wait a second. So Munson is a 7, and Reggie Jackson is a 5? No way, Jose. I don't think that's possible. There's no way. This is the 11th season for Munson. There's no way he had 1 stolen base. I mean, Reggie had 9. So that's not possible. So that's some sort of error with the cards. And we're going to talk to Joe about that. That's kind of weird. And so what did we just say? That's a single, RBI single for. There we go, and he's going to hold up at second base, and that's Lupinella. Reggie stops at second, and Lupinella's on first. Craig Neville's the batter now. Craig Neville's with 2 outs. Yankees are leading 1-0 here. And all this with 2 outs. That's an 8. That's tough, and it's a 0-1, a tough 0-1. That's a strikeout. Nettles. The high heat goes after it and misses it. And the Yanks, after 1, they score 1 on 2 hits and no errors, and they lead it 1-0. It's going to be Don Hood. Don Hood was 3-1 with a 3.07 ERA. He started 6 games. And that's going to be a 7. That's in play. In play a lefty, 69. That's going to be a fly ball center field, one away. Alan Bannister batting second. He's a right-hander. That's tough. A tough 41. And that's going to be a ground ball to third. Greg Nettles up with it, guns it to first, and gets Bannister. Two away. Lamar Johnson. Say three. Tough 3, 34. Tough 34 is a line drive base hit. Lamar Johnson singles with 2 outs, and he's on at first. And George Orta, the lefty, playing second base. That's a 5. Patient off Hood, a patient 44. And patient 44. It's going to be a base on balls. So George Orta manages a walk with 2 outs, first and second now. And it's Chet Lemon in play, a 60, and in play 60 is going to take us to the out range. That's going to be a fly ball to right. Jackson is there. All right. And it's going to be Roy White, Jerry Narron, and Bucky Dent. Now, Munson is at first base. It's the pitch from Kravik. It's a 4. It's an 88. Patient 88. It's going to be a ground ball to short. Greg Pryor throws out White. An 11. Defense, a 20. See what that's all about. And a range left field, a 20 in the range is going to be a hit no matter what. So we're going to find out what kind of hit that's going to be. Even if you were the best range, it would still be a hit. Range 20. And a hit to the outfield is a single. So Jerry Narron singles. And that's a 10 in play, and in play 17. And that's going to be a ball blooped into right field. Runner advances 1 base. Oh, no, runner on first advances 2 bases. So Jerry Narron hustles over to third. And it's first and third now with Willie Randolph. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. We're going to go back. That's not going to be. I have Bucky Dent in there, and Bucky Dent's not playing. It's Fred Stanley. So we have to go. Let's back up a second, and let's go into. I'm using ice score over to the right. I'm going to go into the starting lineup for the day, and just switch out Dent, Stanley. There he is. Dent is injured right now. He's been out for a few games, and Stanley's been filling the spot. And there we go. There we go. All done. Very quickly. So let's redo that. So Stanley now is first and third, and it's Willie Randolph. And that's a 9. Patient, a 08. A patient 08 is going to be a base on balls. So Kravik, who had a good season, had an ERA of 3.74 and won 15 games, is having trouble here with 1 out in the top of the second. Now it's Bobby Mercer. And that's going to be ballpark, a lefty, 89. That's going to be in play. And in play 71. 71 is going to take us to a ground ball to shortstop. And this is going to be a double play for sure. And it's going to get the White Sox out of the inning. So it's a ball hit to Pryor. It flips to Orta. The throw to first and gets Mercer. 6-4-3. And there you go. And that's it. That was, no, he holds on, held up. But out there at second base, and that's it. And it's Claudell Washington now. Claudell Washington. So Bobby Mercer hits into a double play. And Don Hood is going to face Claudell Washington. 7 in play. In play 47. And that's going to be an out range. That's going to be a ground ball to first base. And Munson takes it himself. Milt May, 10, patient. The pitch, it's a 0-8. A patient 0-8 is a base on balls. So Milt May, the lefty batting catcher, gets on base on a walk. One out, runner on first. Don Hood, the pitch, it's tough. And it's a 91. A tough 91 takes us to the out range, and that's going to be a ground ball hit hard. Righty shortstop Fred Stanley flips to Randolph back to first. 6-4-3 double play. And that's going to be the out number 3. So it's going to be Munson leading off the top of the third. Munson, number 15, going to be facing Kravick. Munson walked in his first at bat. And Munson won the Rookie of the Year in 1970 with a .302 batting average. He was a 7-time All-Star, 11 big league seasons, all with the Yanks. He won the 76 MVP in the AL with a .302 batting average and 105 RBIs. A 5, patient. A 78, a patient 78 takes it to the outrange. It's a ball lifted to center. Chet Lemon pounds the glove, waits for it, makes the catch. Next is Reggie Jackson. That's a 6 in play. A 22 and in play 22 against a lefty. It's going to be a line drive up the middle and base hit through for a single for Jackson. So Jackson's on at first, and Jackson's going to try to steal. He's a 4, and we do it. And so Jackson's going to be on the way. He's a D. And our catcher, Milt May, his arm is a 3, so a D3. We're going to see what that tells us. A D3, and then we'll know what's up. Let's look for that. A D3, a D3. There he is. It's fair, so he's fair. So we're going to pull a card and see if Jackson steals the base. Fair is out. Milt May throws out Jackson trying to steal second. So it's a out at second, caught stealing 2-6. So Reggie out at second on the attempted stolen base. 2 outs now, nobody on, and it's Lou Piniella, sweet Lou Piniella. The pitch from Kravick, sets and deal is patient 55, a patient 55. That's going to be a fly ball to right. Claudell Washington makes the catch. We go to the bottom of the third. Hood's going to be facing Kevin Bell, the third baseman. Then the top of the order, Squires and Bannister. Here's the pitch. It's a 6. That's tough. A tough 74 is in the out range, and that's a fly ball center field. 1 away. Hood, a 10. That's patient. A 0. A patient 0-5 is a base on balls. So Squires has decent speed. He's going to try to steal. He needs a 4 there, and we don't manage that. Alan Bannister, and that's a 5. That's patient, a patient 96. That's going to be in the out range. It's going to be a fly ball to left. 2 away now. And it's Lamar Johnson. Johnson's 1 for 1. The pitch from Hood, 9, patient 63. A 63 is going to be a ground ball second base, and Randolph flips to Stanley for the force. That's all she wrote. We go to top of the fourth. It's Yanks 1, White Sox nothing. This is the last game for Thurman Munson. The last game of his career. He goes on a plane. He goes on a practice landing and takeoff on his Cessna Citation in Ohio tomorrow, which is a Yankee off day, and he ends up having an accident and crashes the plane. The plane catches fire, and that's all she wrote for the captain, Ken Kravick, against Craig Nettles. That's a 10. In play 47, in play 47. That's an out. That's going to be a ground ball. Third base, Kevin Bell guns it to first. Now Nettles is out. Here's Kravick, the pitch. It's a patient 31. 31 is going to be a base on ball, so Roy White is on, and Roy White had have 4 steals and 200 at bats. So we're gonna throw some dice and nothing. All right, Jerry Narron now. Jerry Narron's 1 for 1. And that's a 3. That's wheelhouse. So Narron's wheelhouse against the lefties, 1 to 21. And that's a 98. 98 is going to be deep fly ball to right. And Claudell Washington's there. And Gravik, 6. That's in play to Fred Stanley. An 08, an in play 08. An in play 08. Let's look what that's going to be all about. And that's a line drives to center field. Runner on first advances 2 bases. So Roy White hustles over to third. It's a single. So we have first and third now. And it's Willie Randolph. Willie Randolph is 0 for 1. He's flied out and walked. That's a 6. That's in play again as well. That's a 41. An in play 41 is going to be an outrange. Ground ball to third. And Kevin Bell up with it. Throws to Mike Squires for out number 3. 5 to 3. We go to top. We go to bottom of the 4th. Now it's going to be George Orta, Chet Lemon, and Claudell Washington against Don Hood for the Yanks. Yanks are leading at 1-0 here in Thurman Munson's last game. The captain, the Walrus. Don Hood, here's the pitch. It's a 7 in play to Orta, 47. In play 47 is going to be an outrange ground ball. Third base, Greg Nettles scoops it up over to first. 1 away. Don Hood to Chet Lemon. It's a 6, a tough, a 24. A tough 24 is a strikeout, high, hard one. And Chet Lemon swings through it. 2 outs, Claudell Washington. Washington's 0 for 1. The pitch from Hood in play 58. And then play 58. It's going to be a fly ball left field. Lou Piniella. We are using Payoff Pitch, one of the fun games that you have on Tabletop for Sports Tabletop. Baseball. I love baseball. They specialize in baseball. And really good customer service over at Sideline Strategy. And it's Bobby Mercer. It's the Yanks. 3 up, 3 down for the White Sox. And it's going to be the Yanks coming up. It's going to be Bobby Mercer, the captain, Thurman Munson, and Reggie Jackson. Here's the pitch from Kravik, the lefty. It's a 4. That's a patient. And an 84. Patient 84 takes us to the outrange. That's a ground ball hit right at Orta. Orta picks it up over to first and 1 away. Next is going to be Thurman Munson, who's 0 for 1. And that's going to be a 9. That's going to be a patient 49. Patient 49 is going to be hard ground ball into left field, and that's a base hit for the captain. He had one stolen base, so we'd have to roll snake eyes for. Oh, almost did it. Look at that. But I don't understand. He's fast. He has the same running speed as Henderson, but he has a 9 double play. I don't know. There must be something screwy about that. All right, so Reggie Jackson, 4. That's going to be patient for Jackson with Munson on at first and only 1 out, 17. A patient 17. That's going to be a base on balls. So Jackson forces Munson to second. So we got first and second here, 1 out, top of the 5th. Yanks lead at 1-0. That's patient. And here's Lou Piniella, 37. A 37 to Lou Piniella, patient. 37 is going to be a hard ground ball into left field. Runner on second scores. Runner on first advances 2 bases. So hustling, Thurman Munson comes around to score on the single. And Reggie hustles over to third. So we have first and third now. It's an RBI single. It's 2-0 Yanks. And it's Craig Nettles with only 1 out. Infield's going to be in. That's a 4. Patient, a 60. A patient 60 is going to take us to the outrange. And that 60 is going to be a fly out to left. And a patient fly out to left with Reggie on third. And I believe that may give us the option. Patient runner on third may attempt to score. No runner on base. Okay, so we have. It's going to be fairly easy to do this. Let me just find the right board. Runner advancement. Compare the total to lead runners. So it's Alan Bannister in left. I'm going to look at his arm and Reggie's speed. Reggie's only a 5. It's only a 5, so Alan Bannister is an arm and left is an 8. That would be easy to run on him. The higher, the worse it is for the fielder. So compare the total of the, if the total is equal or less than both, the runner is safe. If the total is greater than both, the runner is out. But if the total is greater than one and less than the other, you roll a drop, an out, a wild, and a safe. You know what? We're gonna hold the runner because that's gonna slow us up, and dinner's on the table. There's gonna be a fly out to left, and Reggie's gonna hold up at third. Held up, and Roy White now batting from the right side. He's a switch hitter. Ken Kravik 9. And that's patient, a patient 84, and that's going to be a ground ball to short. And Pryor flips the order for the force. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's going to be Milt May leading it off, steps in the box. Milt May. All right, against Don Hood. Here's the pitch. And that's a 7. That's in play. In play 91. It's going to be a ground ball to second base. Randolph throws him out. Pryor. That's a 7. That's in play. A 0-2. And in play 0-2 is it's a deep drive off the left field wall. And that's going to be a double for Greg Pryor. Hustles into second base. And that was a 7 in play 0-2 and in play 0-2, and that's a double. Oh, that was a double here. Yep. All right. And it's gonna be Kevin Bell. Here's the pitch to Bell. That's 10. Patient. He's patient 75. Takes to a fly ball center field. Runner's gonna hold up, and there's 2 outs now. Mike Squires, the leadoff batter, bats left-handed batter. Batted 250 against lefty. That's a 7. That's going to be in play, a 57. In play 57. It's going to be a ground ball to short. Stanley over to first. And that's all she wrote for the Cubs. We go to the top of the 6th. It's a 2-0 Yankee lead. They're in Munson's last game. Ken Kravik facing Jerry Narron. The pitch is a 9. 28, a patient 28's a walk, base on balls. So Stanley bunting is a bunter. An A bunter, so we're going to roll for a, no, you know what, we just pull a card for that. A bunter, sacrifice hit, sacrifice, it's successful. So that's going to be a sacrifice bunt, and usually it's 1 to 4. There you go. So we move Narron over to second base. And Narron is a 5-run speed. Willie Randolph now, 1 out. Narron now at second base. And that's a 4, that's patient. And that's an 81, a patient 81 takes to a ground ball to short. And Narron's going to hold up on that ball that's hit in front of him. And now it's going to be Bobby Mercer. Bank on the left side. It's going to be a 6 in play, and an in play 81. It's going to be a fly ball center field, and that's going to be out number 3. Chet Lemon puts it away. And Alan Bannister. Alan Bannister is going to face Don Hood. Here's the pitch from Don Hood. That's a 4. That's in play. That's a 51 in play. 51 takes us to the out range. That's a fly ball right field. Reggie Jackson, a few steps back, makes the catch. Don Hood sets in deals. Lamar Johnson steps into the box, gets the sign, and it's a patient 94, and that's going to be in the out range. That's going to be a fly ball lifted to left. High fly, and Pinella puts it away. That's 2 outs now, and George Orta. That's a 7. That's in play, and that's a 20. And in play 20, George Orta just misses a base hit, and lines it to second base. Willie Randolph with a nice catch. Line drive for George Orta, but hit it right on the nose, but right at the second baseman, Willie Randolph. Kravick is going to face the captain. The captain played in 3 World Series with the Yanks, 76 through 78. Won 3 Gold Gloves. Locker remains empty at Yankee Stadium. Ken Kravick, 10. That's in play, and that's an in play 41. It's going to be an out. Pop up, and that's going to be pop up to the left side, and that's the shortstop. Pryor makes the catch. Next is Jackson. He's 2 for 2. That's 10 in play, and that's going to be at 12. And in play 12 is going to be a line drive base hit for Jackson. He's 3 for 3, and we may steal. I don't know. 6. He's been thrown out once. No, doesn't go this time. Lou Piniella. That's in play for Lou Piniella. 95. That's going to be an out. 95 is a fly ball lifted to left. Jackson goes back to first. And with 2 outs now, it's going to be Craig Nettles. That's a 9. A patient 18. It's going to be a walk. And that's quite a few walks for Kravick today. That must be his 5th walk. And Roy White now the batter, first and second. It's only 2-0 here in the top of the 7th. The Yankees are up. Kravick 5, patient, and that's a 90. A patient 90 is going to be a line drive to shortstop, caught by Greg Pryor. So Roy White lines it, but right at the shortstop, Pryor. It's going to be Don Hood in the bottom of the 7th, facing Chet Lemon. Chet Lemon is 0 for 2, flied out and struck out. Here's the pitch, 8. That's in play, and we rolled a 40. An in play 40 is going to be a ground ball to first baseman Munson. Munson at first base tonight, his last appearance for the Yankees. And it's going to be Don Hood facing Claudell Washington. Claudell Washington bats from the left side. And I'm using iScore to my right to keep tabs on what's going on. And it shows me a whole field. I have a video on that, so if you want to take a look at it. Now 7 in play. In play 40. And Claudell is going to pop up. And that's going to be to the left side. And that's going to be Craig Nettles calls for it. In and out of foul territory, but it ends up in fair territory. And Milt May is 0 for 1. It's a 5 patient. A patient 64 against a lefty is an outrange. 6 ground ball. Fred Stanley to his left pops up, gets rid of it quickly, and gets Milt May for out number 3. It's going to be Jerry Narron here in the top of the 8th inning. We're moving and grooving. Dinner's waiting for us. And here he is, 7. And that's a tough 31. And that's a strikeout. Narron down on strikes. And Kravick to Fred Stanley, that's a 9. 89, a patient 89. It's going to be easily outrange. That's a ground ball to Greg Pryor, the shortstop. Throws him out at first. Willie Randolph, 9. Willie Randolph's 0 for 3, and that's patient. And this is a 98. Boy, we couldn't roll any higher. And, well, 99 would have been higher. That's a fly ball lifted to left. And that's out number 3. Alan Bannister puts it away. So we're in the bottom of the 8th now. The Yankee bullpen is going, and so is the White Sox bullpen. So it's going to be great. Who's batting? It's going to be Pryor. Pryor's batting. He's 1 for 2 on the day. That's an 8 in play. An in play 0-0. That's going to be an unusual play. See what happens here. I'm going to roll for that. We're going to use the APA dice. APA dice, and that's going to be a 44. And there you go. Batter drives ball to third base. Fielder scoops 1 hopper, throws to first base. Umpire calls batter out 5-3. Replay shows first baseman may not have had foot on bag. Opposing manager requests review. Roll 1d6, 1 to 2 replay, 1d6. 1 to 2 replay 3. 3 to 6 play stands 5-3. 5-3 put out. All right. Kevin Bell. Kevin Bell is 0 for 2. And that's 9. That's Patient, an 83. Patient 83. It's going to be a ground ball to short. Fred Stanley. Up with it. Across the diamond. 2 away. Mike Squires. Squires is 0 for 2. That's a 3. That's tough. A tough 69. That's going to be in the out range. And that's going to be a fly ball lifted to center. And Bobby Mercer's out there. Puts it away. Okay, for here in the top of the 9th inning, so Kravik's still in there, and he's going to face Bobby Mercer, and it's going to be Thurman Munson. So that's a 3 wheelhouse. Mercer is a 1 to 8 home run here. Oh, a 0-1. That ball is a deep drive to right field. Claudell Washington back to the track, to the wall, looks up. It's out of here. Home run. Bobby Mercer makes it a 3-0 ball game. Thurman Munson now. That's a 9, Patient, and that's going to be a 29, and that's a ball hit up the middle and through to center field for a base hit. Munson singles, and that's going to be all for Kravik. That's going to be all for Kravik, and it's going to be Guy Hoffman's going to face Reggie Jackson. Guy Hoffman. Going to face Reggie Jackson. Here's the pitch. It's an 11. That's defense. A defense 0-5. Oh, that's going to be either a range hit or an error for sure, because a number that low is automatic. And that's going to be an error shortstop. We're going to see what kind of error that is. We're going to look here. Error, it's going to be a 1-base error. So it's an E6 prior with the error. And that's it. First and second, Reggie on at first, Thurman on at second. It's Lou Piniella, the batter. Lou Piniella against Guy Hoffman. We are in the top of the 9th. It's a 3-0 Yankee lead. And that's a 10. That's in play. And that's a 38. An in play 38 against a lefty. And that's going to be a ground ball first base. And that may be a double play. No, it is. It's not. It's going to be a 3 to 6 fielder's choice. 3 to 6 fielder's choice. So it's a ground ball to the first baseman, Johnson, who goes over to Pryor, but the throw back is not in time. So it's a 3-6. Moving over to third, it's going to be Munson. And the force out, Jackson's going to be out at second. So Lou Piniella's on at first. It's first and third. And now it's going to be Craig Nettles with 1 out. Infield's going to be in. And that's a 6. That's tough. And a tough 63. A tough 63 against a lefty. Tough 63 is going to be a ground ball to short with the infield in. And that's all right. Bases are not loaded. Did we roll less than 6? We did. So 6 or less. Runner on third. Okay. So batter out at first. Okay. If we roll less than 6, runner on third, out at home. Batter out at first. Batter. If bases are loaded, 2d6, and 2d6 total is 6 or less. Runner on third. Now bases are not loaded. All right. If bases are not loaded, the 2d6 is more than 7. See the chart below. Other advancement. All right, so what's going to go on here is 3-0 game. On a ground that is short, infield in, we're going to hold up Munson. And Piniella is going to move to second. So it's a ground out, 6-3. Piniella moves to second. Held up for Munson at third. And Piniella moves to second base. On that ground there's 2 outs now. It's going to be Roy White. And that's a 4, Patient. And that's a 19, a Patient 19. It's going to be a base on balls. Bases are loaded. And it's Jerry Narron. Not much of a hitter versus lefty. Bats 108. That's a 6, a tough 55. That's going to be a strikeout. Narron down on strikes. And this is it, folks. We're right about to say goodbye to Thurman Munson forever. It's going to be Don Hood trying to complete the game against Alan Bannister. Alan Bannister leading it off, 3-0 Yankees here in the bottom of the 9th in Comiskey Park. That's a 6-13. That's a tough 13. That's a strikeout. 1 away. Next is Lamar Johnson. And 8. That's in play. And 88 in play. 88. That's going to be an out. That's going to be a ground ball to short. Fred Stanley throws him out. 2 away. Last batter. Munson's playing first. Actually, he was replaced by Spencer in this game, late in the game. 11 defense. We're going to see what happens here. That's a 24. That's going to be potentially range left field. Range, it's a hit automatically. What kind of hit is it to the outfield? Hit to the outfield right there. It's a single. So it's a single for Orta. Keeps things going here for the White Sox in the bottom of the 9th with 2 outs. Chet Lemon, the batter, and we're going to bring in the Goose to face the right-hander Chet Lemon. The Goose Gossage is coming in. Try to get the save, and we need to find him. See if we can find him. Goose Gossage. There he is. All right, Goose Gossage was played in 36 games, 5-3 with a 2.62 ERA. He's going to face Lemon. All right, here's the pitch from Gossage. That's a 3 in play, an in play 50 on the right side. That's going to be in the out range. That's going to be a ground ball to Nettles. Nettles goes the short way to second base, 5-4. And that's the ball game. The Yankees win. The Yankees win. Say goodbye to Thurman Munson, the captain, the Walrus, number 15. 7-time All-Star, 11 big league seasons, Rookie of the Year in 1970, AL MVP in 1976, 3 World Series from 76 to 78. The heart and soul of the Yanks for so very long.